Welcome to my less than perfect office/studio. It's still a work in progress, but I'm here today to ask you a question. Have you ever read a verse in the Bible and wondered what it really meant? Have you asked yourself what it meant to the person who was writing it? There are actually many verses in the Bible that are based in the agriculture here in Israel. And unless you have a visual understanding in your mind of what this process looked like, you can never truly and completely understand the word picture that the author of the words was trying to paint for you. Well, this morning I had one of those aha moments when I walked out into the garden and I saw a verse in Revelation. That's right, the prophetic book of Revelation. I saw a verse playing out before my eyes. Take a look with me. Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom, Mashalom Him, Hakol Mitsuyan Po. Listen, I want to show you a scripture here on the land of Israel that's currently happening. Revelations, I think 6:13 talks about the fig tree when she casts her untimely figs when she's shaken by a mighty wind. So I want to show you this. You can see my hair blowing. You can hear the winds that we've had overnight. Now I want to show you something you may not know. This is a common fig. In fact, let me turn slowly. You can't see, but on the other side of that olive tree is a fence, and on the other side of the fence is my neighbor, was my neighbor Libby, who passed away this year. Her fig tree, apparently a bird had carried a fig into my yard. And I found the little guy growing on the back of the garden back there, and I transplanted him here. I'm getting ready to cover the birds because the winds are so strong. Transplanted the little guy here, and it's been 3 years and change, and he was just a stick in a cup. Well, he looked about like this right here. And I found him. That's about what he looked like. Okay, about like this guy right here. And this is what he is now. So he's just thrived and flourished on the property. But what most people do not know about the fig tree is that they're harvested in the 5th, 6th month, more towards the end of the 5th month and into the 6th month. And this is what happens after the harvest, is they absolutely keep putting on figs as long as the rains and the cold has not arrived in Israel. But these are what you would call untimely figs. These are never going to be good enough to eat. And they end up drying, and then when the wind comes along, they're the fig tree that casts forth her untimely figs when shaken by a mighty wind. These are leathery, they're no flavor, they are dry, they are not good for consumption at all. But you can see, I don't know if you can see those over there, our fig tree has begun to cast her figs because she's being shaken by a mighty wind. See, that's as hard as a rock. It's not edible. She's being shaken by a mighty wind, and she's casting her untimely figs, the figs that will not bear fruit that's edible, that's desirable. She's being shaken by a mighty wind today. I just love it when I can walk out my door and see the land interpret scripture for me. Isn't that glorious to finally have eyes on that? And I really do love it, and I really do love sharing it.
The only thing that would make it any better than what we have today is if I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, 1,000, just 1,000. I'm at 626 again. If we could pick up 374 more subscribers, I could actually bring this to you live from YouTube. So I would just encourage you, if you enjoyed this little Torah bite brought to you from Israel in the moment it's happening, to understand a prophetic scripture in the book of Revelation, if you enjoyed this and would like to be able to see more of these, even live in situ, please like and share and subscribe. And let's push the channel past 1,000 subscribers. And it really does open up much greater ability for me to bring things to you in the moment setting. Thanks for watching.